That bearing is shot.
You are now watching the 2023 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. Previously, we had some issues with the combine. So, belt, I believe it's stretched. The only thing I can figure out because we can't adjust it anymore, which it does. Yeah, it is coming apart a little bit. So we will, well, we got to get a different one. As far as bearings, that will be okay, but we could run without the chopper in for a load if you had it figured out. Yeah, I was supposed to send a load of corn this morning to the mill, and I had somebody lined up. Well, this morning he asked if he could stop and get a load of a semi-load to fill one of the contracts, start filling some of the contracts, and well, we're down. So called United in Fultonville. They did not have the belt. I said, any other local stores? Scatticoke. Hey, we're going back to your hometown area. So we're gonna run up to Scatticoke. They don't open till 8. I'm gonna call them on my way there and make sure they have it in hand, because it's always awkward otherwise. And then once we get that back on, get the fan blowing properly, we can make sure this is dialed. If they got the bearings, we'll grab the bearings while we're there, but yeah, we'll go switch some vehicles around and get going. Appreciate you guys watching along. So I was gonna go to Scatticoke, well, it's Greenwich location, and grab the belt there, and then I was like, Kaz is actually, it will take 40 minutes less to go to Kaz and go back. So called Kaz, they both opened at 8. It's awesome that Fultonville opens at 7:30. And Kaz has the belt, they do not have the bearings, so I'm gonna call Fultonville back and say, hey, get me those bearings ordered. Like I said, if I get rolling and then we put those bearings back in, get the walker back, the chopper back on, then it is what it is. But we're gonna jump west out to Kaz Equipment in Cazenovia, and yeah, then we'll be back. Hopefully that will fix our speed of our fan. I'm hoping, because there's not much else I can do on that side of it, so let's go see. Honestly, not a bad ride at all out here to Kaz. Just over an hour, which makes it really easy. And we'll supposed to load corn today, and we're not gonna get to that at all. Yeah. Where are we going? I've never been here. I have been here, but got the belt. We are headed back. Here's something that at some point I'd love a silage trailer for the Red Mac, because yeah, I see that as an opportunity for us. Right, Yanko? Something like this. I'd love a Moss. I think a Moss is a better trailer, but that length right there would be awesome. But Kaz got quite a bit of stuff here. I'm gonna try and get home quick and get running again and see if we can get a load out. But dump carts, all sorts of stuff going on in the back. At some point we'll stop back out. Moment of truth. Let's see if this new belt, we'll size it up and then we'll put it on and see. James did say that spacer might have an issue too, so I'm praying. Belt definitely is stretched some, so hopefully that's it. Well, belt was definitely stretched because we're not fully adjusting. We're at 900, which is good. I'm gonna grease it though, make sure everything's right. Then we'll fully adjust it. It's got some grab the grease gun. Okay, so we're back going. Splitting some corn, but overall that's much cleaner. Closed up the concave. We got coming out the back here. It's gonna be hard in the wetter corn to get it perfect, but nowhere near the product coming out that was before. Keep in mind this is a trial run before we get into the drier corn. That looks a lot better. Okay, I got a clean sample, but it's running at 36%, which I was like, I'll just hit this field and see. I left 2 rows because we chopped, so there's 2 extra rows. So I'll go down, cut back out, do that. Maybe take a little bit off there and see. It's a lot better. It's just it's wetter. But which is not where I want to be. Keep in mind we are trial running, and we'll go from there. Okay, everything did what it was supposed to. I do have, I think, one of the chains, the crossbars of the chains for the feeder house hits when it comes around somewhere, so we got to look at that when we take the head off, spin it around, see what's marked up. Yeah, this corn's too wet, but we trial run it. We actually got a pretty good sample. I'd like to get that speed up a little bit more as far as air, but it is running just under 1,000. And from what I walked around and looked at, did pretty good. So we'll go back down, offload this, and get ready to move to the drier ground and see what goes on from there. I was hoping I was gonna load a semi today. I don't think I'm gonna. I just can't get moved up there in time to send them with better corn. This wetter corn, it doesn't shell as nice, it's cracked, stuff like that. Part of it. So yeah, at the Superliner, ready to rock and roll. I do wish I had my pickup now. Yeah, that is on the list. I'm trying to get some corn done to fill contracts, to, you know, afford some things in life. We got to do this bearing and throw this back on. That'll be part of the plan. So, I don't know. I should put that hitch right on the combine and just go over with it and see. Maybe. We'll get the head on the trailer once I get this offloaded into the Superliner, and go from there. I texted the guy with the semis who's coming back through. I said, not today. I just don't feel comfortable sending him that to put in storage or whatnot, where the feed mill is going to grind it out. That's the biggest thing. So we're getting better. We're not great, but we're getting better. I don't know how, as you see, that wetter stuff just doesn't come off. I could close the concaves up some more, but I don't want to mess with it that much. Unloading. There's actually a storm to our north right now, and they're saying there's drizzle expected here, so I'm gonna see. I do not know if the Superliner fits underneath that cover with the mesh on, but if it does, I'm gonna back it in just to keep that stuff dry. We'll get folded up, ready to move, probably running at the bearings. I wanted to make sure that's good, and now I got a general idea of what's going on. It can do corn. It definitely can run corn. Very pleased with how it ran there, and really didn't push it. But what we'll do, I gotta pull up the parts diagram of that outside clutch now that me and James Galusha were talking about it. I think there's more motion that can be pushed in, so the belt definitely made the difference. We went from 790 to 990, so it picked up 200 RPMs, but we should have about 200 more. So let me measure this, measure that door. I don't want to pull the 75 just to get it in, but if we can get it through, that will be good. Just take the chain off, hangs on there, slide that in, move the hook over, and we're ready to take the head off. Got the 46 hooked up just to pull the trailer forward, then we'll set it on it. Okay, so we're just gonna set the head on. I've never done this. I can see right down to it, so that's good. Wasn't completely straight, but we got it. Let me move this out. Actually, I'll back the head up. Put a strap on there. Learning. We are back. We got a parts box. We're going to change that bearing out, get everything for that. We did order some spares, so we should have all that. That way we can throw it back on and get moving through town. The bearing that this rides on, I think it's a little worn out. I did take it apart before we left. So, to change the gap between here, you got this bearing here, and as you see, it's got some life issues, and I think it's not closing up enough. So what I did do is swung through and got some washers that fit that size, and we will see if that closes it up more. And I did order one of these, so that will be coming. Fan speed. Closer. Still not perfect. So we got some more digging to do on that, but I got a little bit more of adjustment. Not much though. Adjustment right now. But we're over 1,000. That's a lot better. And that fan blows up to separate product, pretty much is how it works out to be. So that's good. That helps some. Definitely think we got some more adjustment to get into it, because we should be able to go to 1200. I figured I'd clear some things up because a bunch of people wrote in the comments about stuff. It's not really the tension of the belt, it's the width of the belt is what people have said, and they're correct because it opens or closes differently. So belt definitely fixed it. I have done some digging. It does say it's supposed to be able to go to 1200. A lot of people said about 1,000 is what they run. That's the downside of an 8820 on that side of it. The corn that was down in the fan was due to the fact that the fan wasn't blowing fast enough. Corn's heavy, and it fell down through. Also probably shut the machine off a little earlier. So we didn't have that issue once we played with the fan speed and got it going a little bit better. And you'll see we don't have that issue ever again. So I know some people said, oh, the combines wore out, and they're all worried about that side of it. What else is there? Going off the comments, because I am editing a day. I'm like 4 or 5 days ahead on videos, and we actually just got back from a trip, which I was excited about, so you guys are going to see some cool stuff, and we got an upgrade for our life. But yeah, there's some comments. I shouldn't bother with the old combine. Old combine does pretty good. You guys will see it. It does really good. There's some work in figuring out. Price of combining per acre is about $50 an acre. In this area, in western New York, we talked and they said the same thing. So if you pencil it out, owning that combine, and even with the work I put into it, pays off very quickly, actually. I know there's some people that have said you should just custom hire it all in. Yeah. I'm still wondering who actually farms when you guys rate those comments. But alrighty, I figured I'd clear up some of that because I'm sitting here editing, looking at the combine, looking at a bunch of stuff sitting out in the yard, and we got some things to do. But you'll see more as we get going in the product, but the corn is extremely wet, as we know, at the home farm. At the other farm, well, we're going to find out that too. Okay, now that we got that a little bit more adjusted, let's get the straw chopper pulley off, or bearing off, and get this new one on. We got everything new for it. We'll probably pull over work on it right here. I did park the superliner in so it wouldn't get any rain, and of course it didn't rain, but drizzle. These freak storms, they get pretty crazy. So previously Robert caught that the bearing was going out, and yeah, the housing's got a little bit of a not so good to it, but at the end of the day, somebody had it like that before. I think it goes back to the abuse that this takes. So there's somebody welded some stuff. We'll see once we get it out. Okay, housing actually looks pretty good. The bearings just, that left the chat. That is no longer there. So there's some spacers, which I did not realize that. That's why I had so many extra washers on this other side. So let's not lose those. Yeah, they should stay with it to some degree. We're gonna have to hammer get that off. Let me pull out what I got. I did order a bunch of spare parts, spare bearings and stuff. Somebody said that they were the same bearings all over, so I got 3 of these, even though I ordered 8. That's definitely not the right end. Yep, okay, never mind, they go on a different one. 2 of the end pieces, so if the other side goes bad, they had 1 bearing. So. Oh yeah, that bearing fits on there. We'll get it cleaned up. We got to get that off first. Hopefully, well, I might just cut it all, since I do have the spares, and I don't have my torch. We got to go get torch gas, something on our list, and we got to go see a local guy about it. I heard he's the hookup of the good, of getting cheap and good. Huh, that bearing is shot. Robert's calling me. You're on GoPro, what's up?
What are you doing?
Dude, I'm fixing your bad bearing on your combine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Am I gonna combine tonight?
Yeah, you might as well, dude. Well, we'll get the shaft all cleaned up. Came apart a little challenging, had to cut it. But, yeah, new parts. All part of it. All part of an older machine. Especially one that I've never run in my life. So we'll get it all cleaned up and get it on. Got it all back together. And yeah, we're gonna throw it back in. We got everything on the wheelie cart as far as nuts and bolts. Throw the door in, throw the belt on, and then we'll be good. Where you been, Yanko? You didn't feel good yesterday, and I know why. You're eating stuff you shouldn't. So this slides right in nice and easy. 1 latch is up there, slide it over. Easy enough to do. Okay, so as you see, it latched in here, and then we really just slide it forward from there. So easy enough. All of them curl down a little bit. Just a little bit, Robert. We'll slide that up forward. No good place for you guys to really hang out here, but bolts are in, or holes are lined up. Somebody did say I need a pin in the, or a hole in the hitch to move that trailer around in the forks. We have that right there. We are back in a good spot. Robert's just tightening this tensioner up. Hopefully we won't have much play in it now. That looks good up there. Now that the wheel bearing, or the bearing's good, you definitely have to pull these to do the bearings because of all the messing around, but in and new, things should be good. We just got to check a few things over, hook up to the trailer, and get on the move. It's only, what is it, 5:10 right now, and it's getting dark. You know, if we woke up earlier, we would have been done. Maybe if you didn't work a day job. I thought about trying to put this in by myself.
That would have not worked.
You don't think that would have been a good idea?
No. You need an expert equipment operator like myself.
Well, I'm going to clean up my mess here. Put things back in the toolbox that I need, that I want in with me. And I'm going to grease that again because we changed all that. So we got max fan speed right now. I still think we got to do a little bit of adjustment, do some digging, talk to some people. But how are you doing, buddy? You have a tough day today? We went to Casanova. We went to United. You got treats. Yeah. A little nervous. First road travel trip. We got Robert. I could wait for tomorrow, but then I won't have any help. That goes back to that. So at night, making a little move. We'll take our time going up the road and go from there. Things we learned. I cannot pull the big hill in road gear, not with the trailer behind me. So we might have to do some thinking. Robert, he was over here. Oh, he wanted to grab his light. We're gonna hook the head up here where we chop, go down the road, and see if we can get some drier corn combine. And that way I'll be able to go to the mill in the morning. He's directing me, but I can see what I'm doing. Keep in mind, this is only second time I've taken it off. always nice having two people. Another set of eyes. So we'll back up, we'll put the chains on, lock it. Outside rows usually don't yield as much, at least in the Northeast with trees and animals and stuff like that. Stuff looks really good going into the tank. I'm hoping we're dry. Out all the grain coming in. Getting 25% on this. A lot drier than it was. Shelling a lot better. Still would like it drier, but if I can send a load tomorrow to the feed mill and a load of my contract and I get some drying and the feed is off, and that's good. So let's close this door up. Robert's sitting up there. Walk back behind the combine when we were really running. See what we got. We got a few kernels as far as some broken stuff, but at the end of the day, that's a lot better than it was. Kind of more challenging with higher moisture, but if I, like I said, if I can get into this and get combining, as you see, ears are all pointed down. Well, not all of them, but we're gonna have some yield loss, I know that, but I'd rather get it in before the deer get to it. So we'll send one load at least, and then one tomorrow of contract. That way I start filling stuff and some, you know, cash starts coming in. I like it. 25-26%. It's better than it was at the home farm, so
It sounded good too when you took it off.
it looked really good. So I'll come up, do another pass, see where I'm at. I planted two rows and then back and forth. Trying to figure out that light, aren't you?
I had it working, walking down here.
It's got different settings. We should read the directions. Looks good too.
There we go. See far with it.
That is a... Dude, that is a good light. We can't talk about it yet, though. That's my light. But, alrighty. Isaiah is here. They shut the superliner off here. They're gonna go get the dump cart, so I got it for tomorrow. We're gonna keep going. Got a little bit left on there. Can't fill them right to the brim. Corn weighs a little bit, but that sample is looking very good, if you ask me. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm glad we made the decision to go because this is the third test, and let's see if they're all in the same. 22.9 was the first two, so 23. That is some good corn, good running. Glad we're going. So I'll get offloaded. They brought me the cart. It's out by the end of the road. And Isaiah blew a brake line in his pickup, I think. So very happy though. Offloading the last bit of the night. Should have a full load with that. I think. But I'll get it offloaded. I gotta move the tractor back to here so it's not sitting up by the road on ground that I don't actually run. We might be a little full. I'm starting to see it coming up, so we don't have that much in the bin, but we'll go ahead and top it right off. Wow, that was a good first day. We gotta go put the super liner under cover, but I want to bring that dump cart out back here, park it. Very pleased with today, so let's go do that first. How's your day been, Yanko? Were you sleeping? You like harvest time? Yeah. Alrighty. Yep, lights have been good. Now I can't see nothing. Got an old light. Okay. Oh yeah, we got everything. All right. Very, very pleased. I wish this would unload some more out, but it drops it back down, so I don't know if there's supposed to... Is there supposed to be a cover there? With those holes like that? I'll do some digging, but... Yeah, drier than I thought it was going to be, which, I like that. I like that a lot. Do a quick walk around, just check everything. See that bearing we changed, make sure that's still happy. Oh, ice cold. That's what we like to see. Head worked really good. I am, at this moment, I am amazed, to be honest. Everything's cold. That's cool. Oh, we meet again. This was part of the thinking during fall harvest. If I can get ahead enough with the guys that coming up, oh boy, we would have the dump cart for harvest instead of grain cart, which that's gonna beep at us for a little bit. Which isn't ideal, but it's pretty good. I don't know why that beeps at us, but dump cart got washed down. They've used it for some grain, and then so we got to keep it clean. Hopefully we will not find any mud. Who's got the seat locked? See if I remember how to run this thing. There we go. Okay. my AM, well, it's not even mine, the radio receiver will work in the combine. The radio does work, but it doesn't pick up very much. It's kind of staticky, so give that a go in the morning and see if we get some jams. Nothing better than some harvest jams, and yeah, I'm very happy. About halfway done with that field, and we got a full load. We'll weigh tomorrow, of course, because we're getting paid by the ton there, wet ton, and we'll go over and explain some of that. And then we should have a semi here to get loaded. That is why the dump cart is here, because I can put some in there. I can put some in the bin of the combine, unload, and send a semi down the road quickly. Okay, combine is ready to rock and roll for tomorrow. Ran really good. I'm proud of it. Yeah, we'll look over. We got some that little tips and things like that, but that's not really much. Probably got some fine tuning to do, but for day one went really well. We got the dump cart now, which is good too. There we go. We were on the high setting. I am gonna get the super liner going, and I'll show you guys in the morning what the process is with this. But hey, I appreciate you guys watching along. Technically really day one on harvest of anything. Yeah, we got started late, but I got a load on. We got a bunch of loads to go, so appreciate you guys, and I'm excited for fall harvest for myself for grain corn. So you ready to go? We'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Made it home just in time. Just started raining. We were parked inside. We were good to go.